Today, I want to talk about a great story in John chapter 9. But I'm not going to be able to finish it today. It's going to take me 3 days. Because I want to talk about the revelation that the man born blind had of Jesus. We're discovering who is Jesus. And his story in John chapter 9 starts with a guy with a problem. It says in John 9:1, as he went along, Jesus looked and he saw a man that was born blind. Now, they have a debate about where the blindness comes from, but that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is this. We have a guy that has no eyesight. He has never once seen anything. He had never seen not even one day of his life. He has no comprehension of what sight looks like. So when God made man in Genesis, what did he do? He reached down, he took a handful of dirt, he formed man into his image. So what did Jesus do when he went to do this miracle in John 9? It says in John 9:6, Jesus spat on the ground and he made some mud with the saliva and then he put it on the man's eyes. So here's a guy that can't see and now he's got mud on his eyes. By the way, what was Jesus doing? He was taking dirt and forming. I wonder if the guy had eyeballs before this. He might not have. Or maybe his cornea was gone, or maybe his pupil or retina or something like that. And when Jesus made that mud and he put it on his eyes, he was fashioning the dirt to do a creative miracle. And then he told him, go and wash in the pool of Siloam, which means sent. So this guy, we see a prefiguration that he's going to be sent to declare something to us. And the word sent, he goes and he washed. And when he came home, it says in John 9:7, he came home seeing. Now, one thing we need to know about this story, not once had this man ever seen Jesus. He had never seen him. He had had an encounter with Jesus, but he hadn't seen him. He was incomplete. So the man leaves Jesus, never having seen him. He washes, never having seen him. And now he's got mud off his eyes and he still hasn't seen Jesus. But we know that something happened because immediately he could see in John 9:11 said somebody started asking him questions. How do you see? How do you see? How do you see? They debated whether or not he was him. And he said, yeah, I'm the guy that was born blind. I can see. And they said, how can you see? John 9:11, he said, the man. He called Jesus the man. The man they called Jesus made some mud and put it on my eyes. So his immediate reaction was just what he had experienced his entire life. There's no revelation. There's nothing. He had an experience. He hadn't thought about it. He didn't know how to deal with it. And he called Jesus the man. The man Jesus. Well, that's where we're going to stop today. Because a lot of us, when we have an encounter with Jesus, we just think of him in the normal terms, just like church taught us or the world taught us. But starting from there, we're going to see the guy begins to change. We'll pick that up tomorrow. Who is Jesus? If you think he's just a man, we're just starting.